We're going to create our 1x1 rib stitch cast on our circular needles. This is for a beanie, and I've got my 15mm needles here. Let me put that aside for a moment. Our bulky yarn. I'll start by creating our slip knot as our first stitch. Fantastic. Let's insert our needle through here. And now we'll alternate a knit cast on and a purl cast on. So first of all, the knit cast on, we'll insert our right needle in through that loop. We'll wrap it clockwise, pull it through as per a standard knit stitch, and then we'll take our left needle, hook it from right to left through that stitch to land it on our left needle. Now we'll do that, but for a purl cast on, we'll have our yarn in front, and we're going to take our right needle, and instead of going through this stitch, we're actually going to go in between them both. So we'll come from the back, find the hole between those two stitches, wrap that yarn around that needle to be pulled back through. And as before, we're going to take our left needle underneath from right to left to place it onto that left needle. So now we have our knit and our purl cast on. We're going to repeat that. We'll go again, and we're going to make sure we're in between these two stitches to wrap, pull through, and hook onto our left needle. And one more time, yarn in front for the purl stitch. We're going to come in between those two stitches, wrap, pull through, and hook from right to left onto our left needle. We don't want to pull these too tightly, otherwise we're going to have a little bit of trouble creating the next row. Not too loose, not too tight. I'm just going to do 2 more so then I can show you what these stitches look like and how you can tell the difference between a knit and purl visually. So there's our knit and our purl. Okay, so we'll notice here that our knit stitches sort of protrude a bit further into the front, into the foreground, and our purl stitches have this subtle bump to them, and they're kind of tucked back a little. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the required amount of cast on stitches. Now we need to join our stitches in the round. As you can see, they're not matching up yet. We kind of need to make them connect. So we have this cable here that we can use, which connects the 2 needles. So what I'll do is just find a spot in between 2 stitches and pull the cable through, and this edges the stitches closer to the end of this needle point. So I'm just going to pop those stitches up towards the end. Okay, then we've got our working yarn. We just need to make sure that we're not twisting these stitches at all like this, because once we lock a twist in, we'll never get to remove it, so we'll have to start again. So just be careful that that's all sitting flat. So now what we can do is, well, I can pull this working end up so I can have the freedom to use it. And here I can start by working a stitch into this first stitch here, which looks to be a knit stitch. Okie dokie. So I will work my needle through there, and my yarn is over here, but I'll just pull it around. I'm just pulling that around, and we'll knit that first stitch, so that we are now all connected in a loop. Yes, this might get in the way, but you'll get used to that. For the first, say, couple of rounds, you'll be needing to pull this cable through at different intervals until there's enough working space where you may be able to spread all of your stitches around the entire cable loop. So I'll just purl and knit this 1 by 1 rib pattern all the way around. And if you're feeling like you're getting a little stuck for space, we have this cable here that you can pull through again. So I might just pull my working side all the way through, and then that will move those stitches down, and I have the freedom here to use this. So now you can see that we're starting to create this lovely shape for our beanie. And after a few rounds, you'll get to the point where the stitches spread across the whole cable. So you'll just keep knitting around and around and around and around until you're done. Happy knitting!